and Sam here again with another episode of Starcast.
Last week was an exciting one for North High basketball and North in general. With the Stars earning a trip to state for the second year in a row, here's a recap of all the excitement. Last Wednesday got off to a different start than most school days. The student body met in the gym to send off the boys basketball team to the state tournament in Des Moines. Mr. Clark, the cheerleaders, and these words from Coach Fisher rallied the spirit of North High, while the Iowa Farm Bureau presented each player with the state tournament ball for each player to sign.
Because of the support that we get, we always have more fans and stands than anyone in the city and the States.
Then the journey began. The Stars left right after the assembly to arrive early for their 8:15 first-round matchup with Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Though the Stars were the 3 seed playing the 6 seed, many polls chose the Cougars of Kennedy to outshine the Stars. We silenced the haters with a 10-point victory in round 1. The first state basketball tournament win for North High in 31 years. After a day off, the Stars took on the Tigers of Des Moines Valley in the semifinal game. The Stars couldn't find the rhythm and fell 53-49, advancing to the third-place consolation game against Bettendorf. The Stars' drought continued in a season-concluding loss, cementing North in a 4th-place finish in the state. Great season, homies. We'll be back next year. Until next time, keep it real, North High.
North High is fortunate enough to have a lot of very active organizations. One of our most interactive ones is National Honor Society. Here's Megan and Rhea to show us how our National Honor Society got students involved while competing for a Mr. and Miss North High title.
Hi, this is Megan Crilly reporting for Starcast. And last Friday, March 7th, seniors competed to be Mr. and Miss North High. So what exactly is this contest? We sat down with Mrs. Henderson and Briar Burns before the show to find out more.
Mr. and Miss North High is a pageant for senior boys and girls. They compete for a crown. It's comedic, sometimes serious, but mostly comedic.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a good time, no matter what happens. You know, it's kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing with the question and answer, so I'm really excited for that part. Just the competition in general is just going to be good. People are going to be funny.
This event, held by the National Honor Society, was a definite success Friday night, with the largest crowd and most contestants in the 3 years since this North High tradition started. The contestants competed in 4 categories: spirit wear, talent, formal wear, and Q&A. In the end, Audrey Lovan and Briar Burns came out on top as 2014's Mr. and Miss North High. For Starcast, this is Megan Crilly.
Thanks, Megan. With only a quarter left of school, winter sports are dwindling and spring sports are sprouting. But before they bloom, here's Dan and John to recap our winter sports.
Here I am outside the locker room where athletes of every kind have gathered since November to practice winter sports.
The wrestling team led a great season with senior leadership from Dalton Hansen and Max Stewart, as well as the hard work put in by everyone on the team. Off-season improvement also contributed heavily to the Stars' success, finishing the season with a 26-10 team duels record and hundreds of individual wins for the wrestlers, 2 of which qualified for state. Connor Coyle at 145 and Dion Claiborne at 152. Both wrestled well and ended in 8th place. Head coach Torno shares his favorite moment from the season.
We had kind of some ups and downs this season, and early part of our season, just before Christmas at the Johnston Duels, we had a kid take a serious injury, and our team kind of rallied back and was able to win that duel and hence win that tournament. And so that was kind of one of the highlights for our team this year.
The North High basketball team is heading back to state for the 2nd straight year. They are the 3 seed playing Cedar Rapids Kennedy, the 6 seed. Win or lose, the basketball team had another successful year. Regular season record was 19-3. We also won the MRAC conference outright for the first time ever. The basketball team has really enjoyed the season.
The Sioux City Mariners swim team is a boys swim team made up of North, East, West, and even Heelan to provide competitive swimming for the swimmers here in Sioux City. They sent 5 people to state this year: Nathan Goebel, a freshman, Andrew Fahm, sophomore, Quincy Markham, sophomore, Pablo Suarez, junior, and Steven Stock is a senior. Andrew Fahm said that his favorite part of the season would probably have to be either yoga in the bleachers or playing water polo every Friday.
As you can see, we had success in our winter sports.
And now a look at our upcoming spring sports. Track has their first meet on March 18th. Boys soccer kicks off their season with a game on April 7th, and girls with their first varsity game on April 14th. Boys tennis competes on April 15th in Yankton, South Dakota, and the girls tennis team competes on April 10th against South Sioux City. Stay true, North High. This is John Carr and Dan Tittle for Starcast.
Now, it's been a great season this winter, but we're all ready for spring. This week, Sam and I acknowledge a specific student who's shown to have what it takes to shine as a North High star. I'm Claire Norton, and this week I focused on Nick Marino and just how bright he shines. Nick is a president of National Honor Society. He's involved in choir, chamber choir, jazz band, and student council. I talked to some teachers to get some details on this very outstanding student. What time commitment does Nick dedicate to National Honor Society?
We meet twice a month. He volunteers weekly for an outside organization. If I had to say hours per week at least, probably 2 or 3.
Nick Marino has a very positive attitude. He also gives really good advice to his fellow student council members when they're looking for a little bit of guidance with the project. As well as when we meet as an executive council, he is really good at contributing ideas. Nick is definitely a considerate person, and he is also a very dedicated individual, not just to student council, but to all the other activities that he's part of here at North High School. And all of these things, along with other qualities that he has, make him a good role model for his peers.
He works his commitments out well. Like for example, the haunted house. He was in some type of choir thing, and so he came late. He literally went from choir, drove to Sioux City, and then was in the haunted house. So he makes it to everything.
Nick's commitment to jazz band is also outstanding, as Mr. Sursley describes to me that Nick spends 1.5 to 2 hours practicing every morning and 2 or more a night. He also said that Nick's skills have been a major contributor to their success of being undefeated. Mr. Sursley defined Nick as genuine and hardworking and said that he's sad that it's Nick's last year. I sat down with Nick to get the inside scoop on just how he does it. How do you divide your time between all the different activities you're involved in?
In order to divide my time, I usually have to stay organized. So I have a little planner. I write down what I'll have going on, and then I go off of that.
Do you allow yourself free time?
I usually take Friday nights and Saturdays off, and then I try to catch up on Sunday. But then again, I'm busy throughout the rest of the week, so.
What made you decide to be involved in all these different activities?
I wanted to stay involved. I wanted to be a well-rounded student in order to get to the college of my dream, Notre Dame. And I just like being a part of a lot of things.
Being this involved might be overwhelming for some, but not for dedicated and hardworking Nick Marino, our star of the week. This is Claire Norton from Starcast.
Another North High tradition, the spring musical, had Jaws sweeping the floor. Here's Sandra to tell us what this year's musical, The King and I, was all about.
Sandra Alvarez reporting for Starcast. Saturday, March 1st and Sunday, March 2nd, the North High Drama Club put on a great show with The King and I, which is the story of a British woman who moved to Siam after the death of her husband. In order to have work, she agreed to teach English to the children of the royal household. This play tells of her struggles as she adjusts to the Siamese life with the king.
This musical takes place in Siam, or what was Siam, back in the Victorian era, I believe. And so we had to pick costumes that were appropriate for not only that era, but the fact that it was in Siam.
Students at North High may be wondering, should I attend to the next musical? Well, here's some advice from our fellow students and staff.
Never been? You need to go, experience it.
Everybody worked really hard on it, and I thought it was really good.
I thought it was really great. The singing was good, and the acting was good, and the pit was amazing. It was a fun experience.
I liked it a lot.
Musicals are so much fun, and I feel like it has something for everyone, because if you don't like songs, then you can still like the storyline.
And that was a recap on The King and I. Make sure to attend the next one. This is Sandra Alvarez reporting for Starcast. Back to you, Sam and Claire.
Sounds like a great production. Here's a running start into this week where our varsity boys track attends their second meet on the 22nd in Storm Lake, and on the 24th, They'll return to Vermillion to race at USD.
That's all for today's episode of Starcast. Keep it real, North High.